Morning guys, today is a very special ride and I tell you why it's special because we are riding with our idols. I mean when we started doing our YouTube, we watched a lot of your videos because we were practically don't know how to do certain stuff. And so you guys give us a lot of inspiration and well this ride is kind of like godsend for us. I mean it's very last minute. I'm very thankful that you guys can make it with us.
Yeah, you guys are lucky. We got a lot of messages.
Yeah, that's why. And that's why when they sent out a message, I believe the response was overwhelming when we saw it. And yep, we are very, very excited that we make this happen. So, well, yes, this is Cruise and we have Thuong. Okay, so we're going for a ride on our foldies today. We're all on foldies, so it's going to be a chill, relax ride because if they're on the road bike, I'm not sure we can catch it up. Okay, so we're ready?
All right.
Let's go. Usually you get most of the screen time, right?
Yeah. More people know her face than me.
Yes.
Actually,
What you?
yeah, a lot of our recent videos I don't show my face at all.
Yeah.
So in a recent video I showed my face briefly. They're like, oh, finally, I know what you look like. You showed my face in so many hundreds of videos, just not recently. And you all forget my face.
You stole the soul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Two Wheel Thuong.
Okay, so we are at a hub and spoke. We just finished our brunch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and well, I actually prepared a lot of questions, but along
Yes.
the way, actually, Cruz has already been telling me a lot of things. Like, he's a really, really friendly and chatty person. I find it's very warm. I kind of like, I should be preparing questions to ask him, but he's been so nice to talk to. Okay, and well, first of all, you know, today we are dressed down because yesterday when we saw your IG,
Mm-hmm.
you were actually wearing t-shirt and shorts. So
Sorry.
so you're like, maybe that's how they write when they wear
That was
how they wear when they write a foldie. So we should wear something like more relaxed.
yeah. Actually, because we were dressed relaxed yesterday, we got a little tired, and so we wanted to be more comfortable on today's ride. So that's why we changed.
Okay.
So sorry we gave you a false impression.
But well, yeah, fine. Okay, so the first question that we want to ask you is, what is your impression about Singapore?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Do you want to start, Thuong? No. No. Okay.
is
Yeah.
this first time here?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the first time for you as well.
Yeah.
Okay. What were your expectations?
My expectation was clean, organized, and good like pedestrian infrastructure.
All right.
And so my expectations have been met
Okay.
and exceeded. So I've been very happy. I've been looking forward to this because we've been living in Vietnam now for the last half year, and they don't have very good pedestrian infrastructure.
Right.
So I wanted a vacation to relax and experience some cycling away from cars and the main roads. So we're getting a nice break from that here, and the whole path here, I think we only had to cross like one road.
Yep.
So that's very nice.
Yeah. So I believe a lot of viewers have already warned you about the weather here. How is it compared to?
It's so cool.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Singapore is very
It's
cool,
not hot
guys.
at all.
Yeah, good.
So,
Like
More
when we
Vietnam.
ride in Vietnam, our whole body is drenched in sweat. Like it's so hot. But yeah, recently now like a typhoon has just come
Oh.
like this week into Vietnam, so it dropped in temperature a little bit, but still it's hotter than here.
okay, so guys, stop complaining about the weather here.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully we also have good weather today. They get to experience a little bit of shower, but that's just really short period of time. Yeah, and Brian actually got a very interesting question for you. You want to ask whether you still remember your first video?
My first video, yes. So my very first video was a cyclocross race
Yeah.
in Japan, Aichi Bokujo. One of the main reasons I started my channel was because my friend, one of my cycling buddies in Japan,
Right.
before I started YouTube, he was filming cycling videos in YouTube of our rides together and of me racing. Like he'd also race, but he'd often film me racing because
Okay.
he can't film himself racing. So I was the star in his YouTube channel before I started my YouTube channel. And he eventually left Japan to go back to England. And after he left, I wanted to continue the tradition of filming the races. So I filmed my race at that time. It was the Aichi Bokujo cyclocross race. And I filmed it just on a GoPro with horrible audio quality, no extra microphone like now. And that was my first video, but my first like series after that, I went to Taiwan and I did the cycling touring trip around Taiwan and improved my editing and filming technique.
Right.
And so I like to think my channel sort of started in Taiwan when I did that cycling trip there. And yeah,
Was it difficult to start?
yes,
For you?
yes, there was so much I needed to learn. I didn't know like which camera I should buy, which equipment do I need? Do I need a microphone? Do I need a tripod? What kind of mount do I need? How should I hold the camera when I film? Should I film my face just like some stupid vlogger like this, like, oh, look at me? Or would I show in front of me?
Right.
So I eventually chose like, I want to film the first person perspective. Like I like showing from my eyes,
Right.
because when I watch other YouTubers, I don't like looking at them
Yeah.
unless they're like maybe really attractive
Mm.
and really good personality.
Mm.
But even then, I don't want to look at them the whole time. I'd rather like focus on what they're seeing. So that's what I chose to do with my style. And so I often film myself with my perspective here.
Right.
And that's why most of you guys probably know her face, but maybe don't know my face.
Right. So, how did it feel when you had posted your first video on?
Yeah.
Say, and the response wise.
The first video, the response was very like small and local.
Yeah.
So the only people who watch are like maybe some of my friends, and of course the people who participate in the race.
Right.
That was my main audience goal at first. Like I just want the people in the community. Like okay, like a lot of people, they go to races, they take pictures, they post it to the group event
Right.
in Facebook, and then they share the pictures with everyone. So that was my goal at first. So at first it's just a few hundred views, like the people who go to the race, their family members, my family members, and like people were happy, like they liked it. So the next race I go to, like it's a race series, so every month we have the race, and they'll say, oh, I watched your video last time, like keep it up. Like they like it in the community. And then gradually after the Taiwan videos, I got more of an international audience. And so at first I had a lot of fans from Taiwan. Like most people watching my channel were in Taiwan, because our Taiwan videos are I say our because now it's our channel because we film together. But at this time we hadn't met yet. So when I started my channel for the first year, Thuong wasn't a part of it. And so I get confused, I say our. But yeah, at first most of my viewers were from Taiwan, which is cool. And then gradually we got more of an international audience, and now a lot of our viewers are here in Singapore, and Indonesia is another big one. Philippines is huge, and US of course, that's where I'm from. So we have a pretty large, diverse audience right now that most people just don't watch from one place.
Right. So if, as we know, you've been like Japan,
Yes.
you've been to Japan and Taiwan, and recently Thailand, and now
Yes.
in Vietnam,
Yes.
and also today in Singapore here.
Mhm.
So which country or which city do you prefer most? I mean, in terms of the cycling and
Yeah.
the lifestyle that you've been to, which one would be top rank in your list?
Until now, by far, I would say Taipei
Taipei.
is my favorite, because just the cycling network is amazing. They have hundreds of kilometers of bike-only trail,
Wow.
and they're even, some of the trail parts are even wider and nicer than here, dare I say. But I haven't experienced everything here yet, so I don't know. And but now, like starting to experience Singapore, I've only experienced it on the folding bike so far. I'm very impressed. So it's close rival, I think. But Taiwan is going to be a larger country, so you have more options for riding there. So you can ride into the mountains nearby. I think one disadvantage here is like you only have flats and maybe a few rollers. So
Yeah.
if you want to do more serious training, maybe it's difficult to,
Right.
you have to go further outside the country. So I think still maybe Taipei is my number one, just because it's a great flat riding, great cycling pass, and also great like hill climb road riding. And I like the food a lot in Taiwan as well. But you have the same advantage here because you have a similar menu of foods, I think.
Yeah. Well, we also love Taiwan because mainly because it's also a bigger country, so you can get to experience a longer distance ride.
Yeah.
Longer distance rides. In Singapore, we are pretty much constrained by
Right.
the size.
Yeah.
So you can probably go one round of Singapore within like 5 hours.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're gonna do that tomorrow.
So in one day you can ride around most of Singapore. So I imagine if you live here a long time, it gets tiring doing the same route.
Definitely. So, well, then any plans or any other cities that are in your mind?
Yes. Where do we want to
wanna
go
explore?
in the near future?
Yeah, now you gotta listen to the missus.
Yes, it's her
Yeah.
turn to speak. これから行きたい都市は、まあ、韓国とか、
First, Taiwan.
Uh,
Because COVID, during COVID, I can't.
yeah, we want to go back to Taiwan.
Yeah.
And at that time, she's still like a beginner cyclist.
Ah, right.
So she, of course, enjoys the touring, but it's more painful for her, I
Yeah.
think. And I'm in very, very good fitness. At that
Right.
time, I'm racing. So I'm like a Cat 1 racer, and she's like a beginner
Ah,
cyclist. So we're riding together. So it's very easy for me and difficult for her.
And now, I guess more strong.
now she's stronger and you're dropping.
Yes, now
Okay.
she's stronger.
Yeah,
So-
finally gonna meet.
She wants to go back and experience it, like being a more experienced cyclist now. And a lot of the food she misses, she wants to go back and eat like the Taiwanese breakfast we really miss. So we want to go back there. But a new place we want to go, we want to go to Korea.
Oh, Korea, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. I've actually raced in Korea as well. And yeah, they have a great cycling community as well. It's very popular for road bike. And the racing scene is very good. Like the competitive cycling scene is very good in Korea. Also, I guess the modeling cycling scene. There's a lot of cycling and model ambassador Instagrammers in Seoul. So that's another thing. They're a separate category. There's the riders, the racers, the tourers, and then there's the Instagrammers, I guess.
Right. So when you two met,
Yeah.
were you cycling already, or you pick up cycling because of him?
She started riding when we started dating.
Oh, okay.
So
you kind of taught her into
yes,
this.
that's the reason we became friends, because we're in the same Japanese class in Japan. So it's a local community volunteer Japanese class. She goes there like with her company, like members, and I go there just because I wanted to learn Japanese. But most people there, it's like local migrant workers, so they help them learn Japanese so they can work better in the company. And so we became classmates, but we weren't friends. Like I thought she was just because the first class we talk about our hobbies. Like, what do you like to do? What are your interests? And so I'm like cycling, exercise, travel. And then I think what she said is I like drinking beer and going to the First order of business, we gotta drink this. I haven't tried this yet, but it's like a peach flavored alcohol drink. So only 3%, but should be a good way to start things. So first drink of the night, let's go. Kanpai.
Kanpai. Kanpai.
Kanpai. Hi, 3番目。
3番目。はい。優等できた。乾杯。
乾杯。
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 乾杯。So my first impression of her was not very good. I'm like, oh, who is this party girl? Like, this is a serious class. I'm here to study Japanese, not to drink beer.
Beer in karaoke.
Yeah. Yeah, so my first impression of her was not very good.
Yeah.
And then after we became classmates, she knew I was into cycling, and for some reason, she wanted to cycle around Lake Biwa, which is one of the more popular cycling routes in Japan. And so she asked me for advice. She's like, I want to try cycling just to go around this lake, and like, what do I need to do? Like, it's 150 kilometers, so it's longer than I guess most routes around Singapore, and it's about the same distance.
So at that time, what was your first bike?
She didn't have a bike.
So she used your bike.
She rented a coworker. Yeah, she had a mama cherry, like the city bike.
Okay.
I don't know what you call them here.
Yeah, it's
but
a city bike. Yes.
Yeah, she had a city bike, and so she'd commute to work by city bike every day. Not far, like maybe 5 kilometers, but still, that was her only training for cycling beforehand. And so I think she did 4 rides before Lake Biwa. So she borrowed the road bike from her colleague. Her first ride was about 20 kilometers, and then her next ride was 40 kilometers. Then she did 100.
Wow, that escalated quite
and
fast.
then no, she only did 3 rides before Lake Biwa, and then she did Lake Biwa 150.
Wow.
So her 4th ride was 150 kilometers.
Wow.
And she was perfectly fine.
That's me.
That's amazing. She's got a talent.
Yeah.
In this.
So after that, at that point, I'm like, okay, I like her now.
Now we can have a beer.
Yeah.
We can have a beer together.
She was serious. At first, I thought maybe she's just casually saying like, oh, I have this cycling goal. Like, I didn't think she was going to be serious, but she was serious, and she was dedicated, and she was like strong through the experience. So at that point, I was like, okay, you're cool. So we should start dating. So we started dating after that, and actually we filmed the video on our YouTube channel of the Lake Biwa ride. At that point, we weren't dating yet, so it's kind of funny. We have some of our early dates on the channel.
That is a sweet love story to begin with. Yeah.
Right. I want to try cycle, but they usually don't go beyond 40, 60 km.
Right.
Like rarely people will, oh, I want to go 100 150.
Yeah.
Yes.
From
Very-
20 to 40 is already double, and then the next one she did was 100,
Yeah.
and then 150.
Especially non-athletes.
Yeah.
Like maybe if they're a runner or they have some other athletic
Yeah,
experience, it's okay. But she never did sports her entire life. But she was a factory worker, so she had good endurance from working in the factory. I don't know.
Okay, okay. That is a really interesting story about you guys.
Mm.
Now, well, like I told you earlier on, when we started our channel,
Yeah.
we also got some like requests to go and visit some bike shops and do some bike tours. But at that time, I didn't know anything about bike shop, even though I run one bike shop on myself, but
Yeah.
I got no experience like filming on it. And we watched your video, and
Ah.
their video is actually our reference. Like that's one of my goals to be able to go into a shop and speak like cruise.
Just walk into a shop like you own it.
Okay,
and
guys, if you still think that my shop tour is a bit boring, please give me some time. I'm still watching a lot of their videos. I'll try to improve on. Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
given me a lot of tips, right? So could you share with us what is the biggest challenge for you when you started doing this shop tour? Maybe then I can also learn some of these tips.
Yeah. It wasn't a plan to like start the series.
Yeah.
So my friend I think the first shop video, I went to Wise Road in Japan with my friend Sayaka. And the reason I did that video was because she wanted to get a road bike. She was interested in starting cycling. And so she asked me to go to the shop with her and give her advice. So I was like, at that time, I'm like thinking of what video ideas, what should I do? So I was like, okay, well, this might be an interesting video idea, like film the shop. This is an interesting shop in Japan. And we can show like what bike is she interested in and maybe get some audience feedback on like what bike is good for her. So that was the initial like reasoning for starting that series. And after that, like the video became really popular. Apparently, this kind of shop is very rare and like having this much stock. So I realized like this is a popular series, I should continue. And we got a lot of requests for filming more shop videos. So at first, it was easy because I was with a friend. So
Right.
I wasn't focused so much on the shop tour, but I was focused more on like our interaction.
Right.
And I felt like she's a complete beginner. She doesn't know much about cycling. So I guess one challenge is you have to speak in a way that like you have to think you're not talking to a cyclist. You have to think that they don't know the most basic things.
Right.
You can't assume that even something basic, like they might not know it.
Mm.
So one thing I started focusing on right away was trying to speak in a way that welcomed everyone. So even non-cycling people, they can understand more about why maybe we use this word or why something is called this way. So I try to speak using less cycling terminology and more like basic, like human words that most people would understand.
Yeah.
So I think that's the most important thing, is just making it accessible to more people and not just cycling enthusiasts, because like cycling enthusiasts is a much smaller audience and
Yeah.
more people will be happy that way.
Take
I
note,
think.
take note. You've been doing like for 6 years.
I
Right?
guess so.
Your first video was 2017,
Yes.
right? Your cyclocross. And then it's been 6 years since you started to where you are right now. In our opinion, it's very impressive,
Mm.
right? Will you continue to do this for a long time?
I think so. Yeah.
Will you continue to do it really for a long time?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great news for us, because moving forward, we actually want to see what kind of will you be having more other variations, or will you be like just doing the same style, or any other plans in mind for your coming videos? I know that she's doing some race
Yes.
right now.
So in terms of our style, I don't think our style changes very much. I think the location changes, but our style and formula doesn't change. So we're filming the same kind of videos we filmed in Japan, but for the last half year in Vietnam, and for the last half year before that, we were in Thailand. So we're still filming bike shop tour videos. We still film like bike commute videos, like showing different bike paths. And here in Singapore now, we're gonna film as many videos as we can this week. And actually, I think we're gonna try coming back to Singapore more frequently. So maybe next time we'll come for a longer trip for like a month and try and collaborate with some more local cycling YouTubers and see some more, because there's so many places. Like we already have such a good impression here, and we want to film more videos here. So we don't plan on quitting anytime soon, because I'm not rich enough to like retire. So I need some income. and I don't want to go back to like a corporate job or teaching English full time. So maybe I like a balance of doing YouTube at least part time and maybe some other work part time as well. I think will be a good balance. So I plan to continue filming more videos, and it's a nice way to document our life. I still like sharing it with my family and friends. Like that's still a main goal. I don't always try and like please the YouTube gods and focus on content for YouTube. I like filming content for myself. So yeah, as long as we want to keep it less stressful, we try and continue in a way that's sustainable. Because if you just focus on YouTube success, I think you can get burned out. So we try and just focus on our health and our mental health and being able to continue this. That's our main priority. And
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good news, guys, because if they are going to come back again, and hopefully they can reach out to more of these local fans
Yes.
like us and be able to ride with them. Because
I'm sorry, we got so many requests to meet for group rides and people saying, please ride with me. And I don't know which place is good to ride, and I'm not good at planning. I hate planning. It's my weak point. And our trip is so short, we can only meet so many people this time. I will organize a better group ride next time. And the few people who were lucky enough to ride with us this time, good job. You're lucky.
Please come back not when there is F1.
Yes,
So you can get
that's
better
another
hotels
mistake.
at a cheaper rate. And,
Yes.
And yeah, and you know what?
We want to meet you, but sorry, it's just too much right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a great opportunity if you can get to ride with them, because what Cruz has just said was really true. I can feel that they are actually enjoying what they are doing right now. As they ride, you know, it is very chill and very relaxed. You can see that they're having fun while they are actually filming at the same time. So it's almost like a dream that you can make your work and earning money, a bit of income at the same time. So yeah, I really love what they're doing, and I hope that they continue doing this for a long time. And please promise them that the next time it'll be more organized.
Our next trip to Singapore, I give more notice. we
More
will have a
more
schedule,
advanced, yeah.
proper schedule of,
We can help to
It
organize.
will be almost like an F1 event next time.
and at that time we will have a proper hotel, a proper place to store our bike. We're stuck in the capsule hotel right now, so we can't keep the bike in a like.
Is that the reason
space.
why you didn't bring your bike? So
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a short trip and we don't have the room for the road bikes.
Right.
So yes, it's been just too many logistics, poor planning with the F1 race. And we'll be back and we will invite you for a ride, maybe a folding bike ride, maybe a road bike ride, I don't know. But at that time in the future, I will be more organized and we'll invite you for some fun adventure ride here in Singapore. So looking forward to it.
Right. So I think it is a very, very good interview, and I really thank them for the time. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. And well, stay tuned on their channel. They took a lot of videos,
Yes.
so watch out for
If
it.
you like long cycling videos and lots of talking
Also talking.
and not seeing my face, you'll see my face more in this video than in my actual videos. If you like seeing her butt in her face, because she's usually riding in front of me or I'm filming her, so
Well, you can never get sick of his voice, actually.
yes, my voice is decent, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your day. They've got a lot more riding to do.
Yes.
All right. So thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.